Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 2. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. Okay, so before we get into the show, I have to say that so far, I am not 100% on board with the newest housewife, Diana. I feel a really bitchy, pretentious vibe coming from her. So far, not a big fan, but I am going to hold out my final opinion because who knows, the next couple episodes, I could fall in love with this woman. You just don't know. So the show starts off with PK and Dorit. They are still reeling from the break-in. And, you know, she was scared for her life, for the life of her children. And I totally understand it. This is going to stay with her possibly forever. So I am wishing nothing but the best for Dorit and PK and their children. I am happy that no one was hurt. You can replace material items. You just cannot replace loved ones. So Sutton and Crystal go out to Lady M, which is a cake place, but they make all of their cakes using crepes. And so because Sutton had brought one of their cakes on last season, they have created a special cake, which is a crepe cake with southern peach flavor, or it's just a beautiful looking cake. I looked that cake up because I wanted to know how much would it cost for me to get one of them good crepe cakes. It would be around $109. That is a hell to the no. Okay, I'll wait for the knockoff. Anyway, I did notice recently on Instagram that Sutton sent one of those cakes to Erica. So maybe at some point Erica and Sutton start to get along a little bit. Otherwise, why would Sutton be sending a $109 or $108 cake over to Erica, who is rude as hell? I don't know. Lisa then goes out to lunch with Kyle, and she's talking about how she is so embarrassed. How dare Sutton go on national TV and talk about her and Harry? And she was so offended that something negative would be said about Harry Hamlin.
Bring myself and Harry into it. You know, that's a choice you make. You know, Harry sent her a text. We've been going to this event as guests of Elton's for years and years. I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, you need to stop. And she never responded. No. He's gonna do that to Harry and somehow make him look bad?
Well, first of all, who the hell is Harry? We don't give a damn. You know what? It's always her husband is off limits. I'll never forget her in Japan throwing that glass across the table because Kim made a comment about talking about Harry. You know, nobody can say anything about Harry. We have to tiptoe around Harry. I'm over it. It's time that we start pulling out all the dirt that surrounds Lisa and Harry. And she always wants to throw somebody else under the bus. Girl, get the hell out.
And I'm sorry, I didn't have a gun held to me. So between that and the post, didn't sit well with me.
I know.
What? Wish you hadn't told me that.
So what freaks me out about this whole thing is Kyle has, I guess, decided that she is going to use Dorit's burglary as her storyline this season. First of all, last episode, she made Dorit relive the whole situation again on camera in front of Mauricio. And I said, you know what? This is supposed to be a time that you guys should be comforting her and trying to keep her mind off the situation, not making her relive this trauma. Now here you are on your way to Harry's birthday party, and instead of you trying to keep everything light and easy and breezy, you purposely picked this moment to tell her this stuff about Sutton. Kyle, I see you, and you are absolutely using this as a storyline and trying to throw Sutton under the bus. And at some point in the episode, Kyle makes this comment that you should believe who a person is the first time. And she was speaking about Sutton. Ma'am, everybody should believe who you are. You are not Sutton's friend. And I don't believe that you are any of these ladies' friends, period. You pick and choose who you want to be with, who you want to socialize with, so that you can get together as a group and bully and pile on one or two of the housewives. That's how you roll. I am so sick of Kyle. I am ready for a Kyle-free season. When she makes that comment about Sutton posting on her Instagram the same day Dorit got robbed, I just would like to know, is Sutton's life supposed to stop? Is she not allowed to continue to have a good day and post on her Instagram? Dorit clearly said that her and Sutton don't have that type of friendship that Sutton would drop everything and run over to Dorit's house. I'm just saying, Lisa Rinna posted that same day. She was thanking everyone for voting for her for the People's Choice Awards. Is she wrong for that? That was odd. And it's the hypocrisy for me, and I hope I'm not saying that wrong, but Kyle telling Lisa, who lost her brother, that everybody's going through something is worse than Sutton's comments to Kyle. Sutton didn't mention those comments directly to Dorit the way Kyle did to Lisa. What do you expect Sutton to do? She can't go back and take the words back. Kyle seems to be really excited to tell Dorit about this. That was odd. So as soon as Sutton shows up to the party, she does say that she wants to apologize, but she doesn't want to bring it up right then because she knows that this is Harry's party and she doesn't want to upset anything and cause problems at this party. One thing that I think is so fake and phony to me is that every time these women see each other, they give each other these compliments. Oh, you're so beautiful. You look so good. And all these side kisses, cheek to cheek, and all these hugs and everything. First of all, you just saw this woman yesterday. And second of all, you really don't even like each other. Stop all the fun compliments and the side cheek kissing right in the middle of COVID. So then we meet the new housewife, Diana, and her boyfriend, who's 33, who looks like he's 22. He looks like he's the same age as her 22-year-old son. First of all, Lisa is telling us what a good friend Diana is to her, but her good friend Diana and her fiance show up with a big jumbo mega-sized bottle of wine for Harry, who is sober and has been sober for at least 3 or 4 years. Your good girlfriend doesn't realize that wine may not be the gift? I'm just saying, that was odd to me. It really was. And I also thought to myself, wait a minute now. Lisa has brought many friends onto the show, and they're always her good friend. Her good friend. And then before the end of the season, she is throwing them under the bus. They are arguing, fussing, and fighting. And it's only a matter of time before her and Diane have a serious falling out. Not only that, did anybody catch that Erica was very, very interested in Diana? I said, oh, wait a minute now, honey. Erica wants to be Diana's best friend because she wants to latch on. Remember a couple seasons ago, she tried to latch on to Sutton and all of her money. Because remember, Lisa brought her good friend Sutton on, who was rich. And now she's got Diana on here, who is rich. I said, And then I also recall Diana got all of her money from her rich ex-husband. And a couple weeks ago, Lisa was all over social media calling Sutton a gold digger. Is Diana a gold digger? I want to know, Lisa. Is Diana a gold digger? Diana says that she started off really poor, and then she ended up being a refugee and ended up in London, and then she ended up marrying this extremely wealthy man over in the UK. And when she got divorced from him, I've seen 2 places. One place that said she got $250 million in her divorce settlement, and another place said she got $150 million. Either way, $250 million, $150 million, that's still rich. I don't know if that makes her the richest housewife of all the franchises. We haven't met the ladies of Dubai yet. I don't know. But what I can say is she didn't make that money on her own. She got that from her husband. I'm just saying, Lisa Rinna, what are your thoughts? Moving on. Did anybody else think that it was extremely tacky that at dinner, Diana was a walking jewelry store? She had a ring on every finger, plus rings hanging around her neck. And, it was just too much. I said, girl, you are pretentious. And then on top of all that, Lisa and PK are having a conversation, and he says, well, they just got all of her handbags and a couple of watches, but I don't care about the watches because my most expensive watch was $60,000. And Lisa Rinna says, oh, well, that's nothing. Really? It's not? I'm going to tell you right now, peeps, I am not rich. I do not have a rich husband. I do not run a Fortune 500 company. $60,000 for a watch is extremely extravagant to me. That's a lot of money. I do have a friend who, His most expensive watch is probably $7,000, and I personally thought that was too damn much for a watch. But that's just my opinion. If you have the money and you can afford it, buy it, love it, live that life. But to me, $60,000 is not nothing. I mean, and then when you think about how over the top Diana is, it just reminds me of people like Bill Gates' wife or soon to be ex-wife, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. I mean, those people are the super mega crazy top of the line rich people. And you don't see their wives dressing and acting like this. I'm
sorry. I appreciate you saying you're sorry. You didn't buy a table. So let's just be clear about that. If we need to dig into it, we will.
First of all, I don't cancel a table.
Hey guys, it's a little bit classless.
Embarrassing to the charity? You know better than that.
I also know what slander is.
Ooh.
And I did not cancel a table.
You gonna sue me? Are you gonna sue me?
Show it. If that's your proof, show it. This is your time.
Read. Will Harry Hamlin and Lisa Rinna be sending in registration forms to purchase tickets? In return, I write, I am going to take care of Lisa and Harry's tickets. Here's my Amex on February 23rd. Thanks so much, Sutton. We've successfully processed both. For the 2 seats, it was $11,500.
She paid for the table, y'all.
So you were both at this event? We sat at the same table.
Where's my apology?
And you're not getting one.
Why not?
Because I don't like you.
Oh, good.
You know I adore you. And I would never do anything to hurt you.
That's crazy. I don't think you adore her. What?
I do.
You do?
Well, I would like to start out by saying that Garcelle is a good friend to Sutton. She really is. She might have threw her under the bus a little bit when she said that you don't adore her. She's like, do you? I mean, that was a little odd. But the fact that Garcelle was there for Sutton to pull out those receipts, Lisa looks like an idiot. And earlier in the episode when she was talking to Kyle, she made this comment.
How stupid is that? She should have kept her mouth shut.
Listen, that didn't age well. That did not age well. You should have shut the hell up and just ate your food. Sutton paid for you and Harry at that table. You were sitting at that event at a table with Sutton. It was Sutton's table, and she paid $11,500 for you and King Harry. Get the hell out of here, girl. You tried it. You really did. You thought bringing Princess Diana over here that she was going to be able to co-sign for you. She looked over that receipt, and it was clear Sutton paid. Okay, you are a liar. And I also was not a fan of Diana talking about this is tacky right here. And all of a sudden when Lisa starts getting busted out, all of a sudden it's tacky and she's embarrassed. Of course you are. You should be absolutely embarrassed because you tried it. You tried to lie. At first you said that Elton John had personally invited you. I mean, you just came up with a whole bunch of BS and Sutton laid her receipts right out on the table. And then for Lisa to come up with this comment talking about, we're supposed to be here to celebrate Harry and support our good friend Dorit, who was just robbed. And she brought receipts. You damn right she brought receipts. A real housewife is always prepared, okay? And if you got this email saying that Sutton had canceled her table, why didn't you bring your receipt? Then Kyle, who the hell needs you to get involved? Talking about, well, you both have good intentions. You both wanted to support the charity and you both did. No, Sutton supported the charity. She paid the $11,500 for Lisa and Harry, plus for the rest of the table. She said that she spent a total of $50,000 for this charity event. And Lisa, in her own words, says that she goes every year as a guest to Elton John. So if she's going as a guest, she's not paying for tickets. And I appreciate that Sutton and Garcelle ignored Diana. Ma'am, you just sat down. We just met you. Shut up. It's just so crazy. The queen of own it, baby. Sutton whips out those receipts and all of a sudden this is tacky. I can't believe you're doing this at Harry Hamlin's birthday. She said sincerely she was sorry. You should have just accepted that. But you decided to play this out. And that's what happens. When you decide to do bad, it comes back on you. And it's weird to me that the rest of the ladies always put up with Lisa and Erica acting a fool. But as soon as Sutton does one thing, oh my gosh, let the gates of hell open up and the woman should just be thrown in. You know what I mean? Give this woman a break. And I also thought it was really, really cute that Erica thought that she was about to get an apology, that she even threw that out there. And I appreciate that Sutton stood up to Erica this time and that there was no tears. Girl, please do not let Erica try to bully you again for a second season. Kyle talking about, it was just a miscommunication. No, it was a lie. Okay, she lied. There was no miscommunication. She went to the event on Sutton's dime, sat at Sutton's table, ate the food that Sutton paid for, and did not say thank you. Nasty woman. Goodbye, Kyle. Once she told Erica that she wasn't getting an apology, I would have just left it at that. I wouldn't even speak to Erica. Pay her dust. She doesn't do anything for you, Sutton. You don't need Erica in your life. So they show us a little bit of Diana's life, and Diana has more people working at her house than Jen Shaw, before the federal indictment. She's living the life, honey. She is rich, rich. We find out that at the age of 47, she gave birth to a beautiful little girl, her and her fiance, who seems to not have a job. We find out that he does music. He used to be on Broadway, and he was on an episode of Zoe 101. I don't know if that was Disney or Nickelodeon. I have no clue and don't care.
It seemed like you didn't give a like
That's not true, and you know it. I don't deal well with
emotions, because you cried a lot last year about moving out of your house.
I don't deal well with guns. I don't deal well with burglaries. It's
Nobody
difficult.
does.
Well,
Nobody does.
My house was broken into when I was 14 years old, so there's that. My father shot himself in the head, so there's that. Is this what you want?
That's not what I want. Sutton, it's not about you right now. I'm sorry.
All right, so to be honest, I wish that Sutton would have been a little more compassionate to Dorit's situation, but I don't think Kyle has the right to police somebody else's feelings or words. I think Kyle is using this as her storyline this season. Let's talk about all of the alleged mistresses that Mauricio has. Let's talk about you and your sister and why she hasn't filmed so far this season. Why are we focusing on Dorit and Sutton? Sutton explains to her that talking about guns and robbery and things like that are really hard for her because, she was robbed at 14 and her father shot himself when she was younger. And Kyle says, well, this isn't about you. Well, the thing is, it's not about you either, Kyle. You need to stay out of it. When you were on Watch What Happens Live last week, when they asked you about your comments regarding Lisa Vanderpump's brother, you didn't want to talk about it. You wanted to move past it. You said, well, I said I was sorry. Okay, well, leave Sutton the hell alone. Every scene that they have just Kyle and Sutton in it, it seems like Kyle is trying to make the scene pop. She's trying to produce and direct and write the scene, and Sutton is giving her nothing. And if Kyle is so concerned about Dorit's mental well-being, why doesn't she stop bringing it up? Leave Dorit the hell alone. And it seems that in the previews for next week, Kyle is bringing it up again, making Dorit have to live through it again and throwing Sutton under the bus again. And then all of a sudden we see them yelling at Crystal. So at some point, Crystal must have either disagreed with something that the mean girls were saying, or she might have defended Sutton. I saw Garcelle saying, I don't feel comfortable sitting here while you guys are talking about Sutton without her being here to defend herself. And they all looked at Garcelle like she was crazy. I mean, these girls are the queen of mean, and then they want to act so victimized when somebody tells them to hell off. It's really crazy for me. Anyway, you guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.